Hey guys, what's up, man? We're back. Look, we're gonna do some house cleaning quickly and we're gonna get into today's video. Now, today's a special episode. It's our 10th episode, guys, man. 10 episodes strong. Now, we took 2 weeks off to get the email marketing right and to do something special for you guys. If you guys want it, go to Linktree and click on the PDF book. It's a PDF book that I created called What is a Healthy Man versus a Broken Man, um, versus a toxic man, and then versus a healthy woman, a toxic woman, and what else is there? Healthy woman, toxic woman, and broken woman. Sorry. So if you guys want it, and it's free, like it's literally a free PDF that's literally for you guys to download, enjoy, feedback, comment on. Um, I'm gonna actually get the name for you guys right now. Um, yeah, free relationship PDF is what it's called. So if you guys want it, please go and check it out. Today's a very special episode, guys. Anthea was supposed to join me. If you guys can, please wish her well wishes. She's very sick right now. Not with the 19, not with the Rona, but she's a little ill. So I decided to take over the show because I don't want to leave you guys waiting for this juicy stuff we're going to talk about today. Because again, it's going to be a very important episode. As you guys seen the name of the title, it's Do 50-50 Relationships Work Long Term and What Are the Results? As you guys know, we're all living in a world right now where it's 50-50, all of that type of stuff. So I think, honestly, we need to address it. And we have something special for you guys, which I'm going to share. So again, get ready for this. Fair use. It's on Instagram. It's on YouTube. Fair use.
For us, we think it's confidence, but it's coming across as ego. And when you're in your ego as a woman, you come across masculine. And I always say this
fair use
is too much. And I think for us, we think it's confidence, but it's coming across as ego. And when you're in your ego as a woman, you come across masculine. And I always say this, two men in a heterosexual relationship are just not going to work. Someone has to bow, right? And when I say bow or when I say submit, I'm not talking about laying down and being a doormat. You can't have two bosses in a company, right? Even if you're in a joint venture with someone, that's what I always say. 50-50 partnerships never work. They don't work. Why? Because someone's going to have to make the decision, the ultimate decision. Let's say you have a business, right? There's two of you and you split the business 50-50, right? It doesn't work because what happens when one person doesn't agree? You're stuck, right? And that's how it is in relationships. Someone's got to bow, and it's actually okay to take an L sometimes. It's called compromise. It's not about being brought low, but it's about just coming down a little bit so that you can actually see the men that actually exist around you. And I do feel like a lot of women use that pride as a form of protection. And I get it. I actually get it. You don't want to be hurt anymore. So you use that as a weapon, as a barrier, but it's only hurting yourself. You may not be getting hurt, but you're hurting yourself by keeping those barriers up because you're actually missing potentially good men that because you're so shut off, because you're so high up, good men that will be good to you, you're not allowing them to get to you. But some women's ego is too much. And I think for us, we think it's confidence, but it's coming across as...
So let's break this down. Pretty much what she's saying is in this video. Let's break it down. Pretty much what she's saying is that you can't have two CEOs in a business. So look at a relationship as a business, right? And what she's saying is you can't have two bosses. Like someone's going to have to follow the other person. It's like when two companies merge, they become one. That's what she's saying. So the 50-50 partnership in here doesn't really work long term because as she says, it's okay to take an L. Now, I'm going to add something special onto this. because I think it's important for people to hear. Again, fair use that we use the video. Um, I believe that you should only follow a person's lead or a man's lead if that man is healthy and he's well put together. You don't want to follow a lost puppy because then you'll go be lost with him. I believe that it can work in tangent if the man is healthy. If he has a plan for you, he's like, okay, look, we've been together for XYZ years. You know, I want to get a house with you. I want to get married to you. You know, he's put himself in a position in life to be a breadwinner. He's put himself there. So, you know, like let's say you need to go to school or you need to work or whatever, he's able to provide. And you know, you see, and again, we're gonna go over this one more time. We're gonna talk about this quickly.
Ego. And when
A lot of times the reason why people don't want to do it, it's because of their ego. You know, but like as she said, when you have that ego is keeping the good men away from you. Or even good women. You know what I mean? When you have that ego, when you come in with that pride, you keep good people from coming into your life. You keep good partners from coming into your life because there's too much ego and it can't exist. As she's saying in the video, if you're a healthy man, you're not into men, so you know, you're not going to want to deal with somebody
in your ego as a
that has very masculine energy.
come across masculine.
See, when you're in your ego, as she said, you come across masculine. And no guy is going to want to deal with a masculine chick. It's a turnoff for us men because the reason why is because when we come home, now we got to fight with you. Now we got to, you know, now I've already gone out and fought the world and fought the dragon and done all this extra stuff, you know, because as men, we got to go out, provide, you know, show that we have some sense of value. I have to go out and do all this. And then now I have to come home and fight with you too. Sorry, don't really want to do that. Doesn't sound very interesting to me. So again, I think she touches on some fantastic points.
And I always say this, two men in a heterosexual relationship are just not going to work. Someone has to bow, right? And when I say bow or when I say submit, I'm not talking about laying down and being a doormat. You can't have two bosses in a company, right? Even if you're in a joint venture with someone, that's what I always say, 50-50 partnerships never work. They don't work. Why? Because someone's going to have to make the decision.
Okay, and I'm going to touch on one more thing that she said. Someone's going to have to make the decision, right? If you want to go one way and the other person's going to go the other way, how does it work? You'll never come into a healthy compromise where you're like, okay, like this can actually work out. No, because you guys are fighting on two ends of the spectrum. As she says in the video, it's okay to take an L, but make sure that the person you're with is worth taking an L for. If you're in a relationship and let's say, for example, they say, hey, you know, I want to move us out, you know, maybe not out west, but like to Toronto, for example. And you're like, well, I don't know how I feel about that. And it doesn't mean that you can't have an opinion, you have a voice. But what the man is letting you know is, I'm going this way. Are you coming with me? That's what it is in a lot of these cases. It's, are you coming with me in this new direction that I'm going in? And you know what I mean? And it could work out. It couldn't. You know, you have a decision to make if it's for you or not. I think at the end of the day, you know, she hit the nail on the coffin. And this is a woman telling you this. You know what I mean? Because again, you'll have some women that will combat it and say, ah, rah, rah, rah. Not saying women all sound like that, but I'm saying that you have a lot of women fight it, argue it. But this is a woman telling you it doesn't work. When you're in your ego, you're too masculine. Dudes don't want to deal with you. And you're sitting here saying, where did all the men go? Well, it's not that they didn't go anywhere. It's just they don't want to deal with you. They don't want to deal with the masculine energy. You know, a healthy man is looking for a feminine woman. If he's not getting that feminine woman, he's going to go look for it somewhere else. He doesn't want to have to deal with a masculine woman. It's a turnoff for a lot of men. It's like just like with women, super nice guys, and we're going to talk about it on Friday. Tune in on Friday. Super nice guys are looked at as weak. They don't want to say it, because they don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. But nice guys are looked at as weak. They're like, this guy can't provide for me. He has no spine. Everything I ask is yes, 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 yes. And he has no opinion, no strength, no identity of his own. And we'll cover that on Friday. But yeah, it's the same opposite on the spectrum. Guys don't want to deal with masculine chicks. And you know what I mean? What she's pretty much saying is, it's okay to take an L and get on the person's program. Are you willing to follow this individual? Now, as I said, there's some things in play that you can look at to make sure, are they in a good place financially? Are they healthy? You got to look at so many things, right? But at the end of the day, you have to make sure that it's the right fit for you. But what she's openly saying is that when two people date, two become one, right? It becomes one thing. It becomes one entity. It becomes one empire. And it doesn't mean that your opinion or anything is not included in this empire. Of course it is. It totally is. But at the end of the day, you also have to make sure that you're able to trust and follow this person leads, because that's what it's coming down to. It's, can you follow this person? And a form of following is a form of trust. That's what it's coming down to. So again, we're going to share one more video because, I love this guy, Fair Use. What he talks about is fantastic. His stuff is really, really good, and I want you guys to hear it from him. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to get this situated for you guys. I want you guys to see this. I think it's going to be really great. And we're going to be able to enjoy it together. All right, guys? So listen to this and we'll break it down together.
Do men date women to help them financially? I guess what you're asking is, like, do men go in with the
fair use, guys?
So there are some men who are
fair use. It's on YouTube. We're using it to get our point across. Fair use. It's on the open platform.
Cool with providing for a woman, who don't mind spending money on a woman, and so they don't have a problem helping her financially. I won't say that's the intent from the jump. Like, I'm not going to say that men are looking for a woman they can help financially. I would say some men are. Some men do have that kind of a mindset for various reasons, but there are plenty of men out there who do not mind paying the bills, being a provider, all that type of stuff. They're cool with that. Of course, we live at a time where there's a lot more people talking about 50-50 and all this. I don't believe in 50-50, and I don't encourage it. And the reason why is because, and I'm eventually going to drop a YouTube video about this because it deserves a lot of breaking down and explanation. Because I think when people hear the whole provided or 50-50, they think it's about like being traditional, not true. Nah, I look at it from a deeper perspective. So anyway, to get to the point, I'm not a big fan of 50-50 because, for one, when it's very rare for the 50-50 to actually happen consistently over time. Meaning, one, if for example, the guy's making 80 grand, the woman's making 40 grand, right? And they're splitting the bills. That's not 50-50 to me. That's not actually equal. What would be equal is if they said, all right, we're going to take 20% of the man's income, 20% of the woman's income, and put that in. So now you're both making.
So let's break down his point. What he's saying is it's not sustainable long term. It's never 50-50 equally. You're right. Someone's always doing more than the other person. To break it down, and we'll do a full breakdown once the video's over. He touches on some really good points. Again, fair use.
An equal contribution based off of the income you produce, rather than saying, all right, well, she got to pay 500 and he's paying 500, but he makes double what she makes, or vice versa. That, to me, that's not real 50-50. Also, whenever you do 50-50 relationships, a lot of times it does not stay 50-50. At some point, someone ends up carrying the burden of the relationship.
Just like what I said, someone ends up carrying the burden of the relationship, either financially, emotionally, spiritually. They just end up giving more, and the other person just ends up taking more. We've seen it in a lot of relationships. Maybe it's something you've experienced. But again, a lot of people go through that. You know what I mean? Because it's never 50-50. And he's going to break it down again even more.
Whether it be financially or whether it be the overall structure. So like, let's say it's 50-50 bills and y'all saying 50-50 chores or whatever, right? At some point, one person's going to be doing more work than the other. Plain and simple. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. In most cases, it's the woman. In most cases. It does happen with the man sometimes, but in most cases, it's the woman. So again, it doesn't actually remain 50-50. Then you got the problem where the 50-50 speaks to deeper issues in
guys and girls. He's going to touch on an amazing point right here that I want you to hear, that I want us to break down together.
In a lot of cases, not everyone. Sometimes it may be a necessary structure due to where they are both at financially. Okay, so there are exceptions to the rule, but a lot of times, and this is just one example, some women want 50-50 because they view it as a method of safety and protection. Well, I don't want to rely on no man. I don't want him to think he has any power over me. She's projecting a lot of negativity. The man sometimes is used.
You see right there what he said is the 50-50 is used as a guard. So pretty much what they're saying is they're unsure of you. Because she's spewing a lot of negativity. We got to split everything down this way and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? You're already starting off from the jump negative right off the bat. Especially when you're doing it that way. So that's one of the key points. And he's going to bring up another one as well. Fair use, guys. Fair use.
Using 50-50 because he doesn't want to provide for you like that. And I will say this, and I do believe this wholeheartedly. No man who got it, and I'm saying this man has money, can provide, it wouldn't be a problem for him. No man who's got it and is going to make you pay 50-50 unless he's just not into you like that. He ain't really in love with you. I've never seen a man personally, and in all my years of doing this, I've never seen a man who has it, who is fully able to provide and yet is requiring 50-50 from his partner who he says he's in love with. Nah, it may be 70-30. Hell, it might be 60-40. It ain't 50-50. So, and again, there's a lot to break down and explain, but nah, I don't believe in the 50-50. I see some people asking my zodiac sign. I am a Sagittarius.
Okay, so let's break it down. You see what he said there is if a man's got it, he's making bread. He's making great money, right? We'll use it for example. He's multi-millionaire and he's got it. He's got his bread, right? If he's really in love with the girl, he doesn't want to see her struggle with work or whatever it is. He's going to let her know, I got you. Don't worry about it. You want to pursue school. You want to pursue this. Don't worry about the bills. I can provide the bread. And what he's saying is that if he wants to do 50-50 with you and he's got money, he's probably not feeling you that much. 100%. He's probably not that into you. Because no man, as he said, that's got it, that is in love with you, says, I love this girl. He's making that proclamation. I love this girl. He's not going to say, hey, I'm multi-millionaire, you pay 50-50. No, they're totally in two income brackets. Like, most likely, if he's multi-millionaire and she's, let's say, making like 50, 60, 70, he's still making a lot more. You know what I mean? And, let's say she's unhappy with her job. Let's say she want to do something else. He's able to provide for her in big amount of ways. And that's what he's saying pretty much. Overall, if you got it like that, you're not going to want to see your girl struggle. You're just not. You love her too much. You want the best for her. And you see, that's why we were able to, today's topic, that's what I wanted to talk about, is 50-50, right? So for me personally, if someone puts 50-50 on the table, like I'm out. Like, Mike, okay, you can go find someone else. Because the thing is, I'm trying to build my empire to where I got it like that. So if I get a girl, she comes in my life, we start to get to know each other, things are good. It's been a year and a half in, we're moving in the relationship. And, I'll be like, look, we've been dating for XYZ. Maybe it's 2 years. Let's say 2 years, hypothetically. I'll be like, look, I got it like that. I am good. I can take care of you too. What do you want to do? Do you want to go to school? Do you want to build a business? What do you want to do? And she'll let me know what's up. And then I want to be able to provide for her in that way. Because I believe it's the greatest form of gift when a man can say, hey, don't worry, I got you. Then the girl's like, oh, wow. And it's going to make her want to serve her man even more because now she's not stressed out about bills. She's not worried about anything. She's like, he's got me. And I have a few friends that move in circles like that don't do 50-50. They literally tell their wife, you can stay at home with the kids. I'm like the bread and butter. I got you, right? Their wives still do side projects, trading, investing, side businesses, stuff like that. But because the husband's been able to provide that, it allows them the freedom and flexibility to take care of the kids and run a side hustle. And their relationships are flourishing. The wife's happy, husband's happy, everyone's happy, right? Because he feels like he's taking care of the household. He's providing the bread. The wife can breathe a little. She's not stressed out about work. She's not, worried about bills or anything like that because he's got it. Now, am I saying this should be done with everybody? No. What I'm saying is you need to make sure that before you do something like this, especially if you're trying to build your empire or you're there, you need to vet that person 100%. Make sure that that they're a good fit for you, because if you are going to provide for a woman that way, you want to make sure that she's able to do other things, maybe cook, clean, keep the house tidy. You know what I mean? She's able to take care of you because you're taking care of her in a great way. So again, you know what I mean? This topic was very important. I wish me and Anthea could have did it together. I want you guys to send her well wishes. Please do send her those well wishes. Message her on Facebook, Instagram. Hey, I hope you get better. I hope to see you on the podcast back again soon. She's really anxious to get back to you guys. As I said, we have the free PDF that we're able to give to you guys that we want you to have for free. And please, if you're on YouTube, like the video, guys. It's free. It's one like. You like the video. Like us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. You know what I mean? We're doing this for you guys. We also have some other projects coming up as well. We are going to be on Patreon giving more deep, in-depth content, which we want for you guys. Because again, what we're trying to do with this podcast is give people information. We're trying to be more informative and give people a fresher perspective. That's what it's about for us. It's about us giving you a fresh perspective, so you can make better choices, right? That's what it comes down to, because I didn't have this information when I was in the dating game, and I only made the choices based off the information I had, right? So because of that, I was very limited in what I was able to do. So again, it was really difficult to move in certain spaces and to do certain things. And I'm not trying to give you a sad story here, but again, in a lot of my dating situations, it was literally this. Because I was picking bad partners, I was picking bad people to entertain, and it wasn't working out for me, right? So that ended up being a huge L for me. But now that I know what I know, I have no problem literally letting go of someone and telling them nope. Because again, it's better to lose somebody and keep your peace of mind than for you to lose yourself with that individual. So with that being said, guys, like the video, support the video, like us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you feel comfortable, but like the video, guys. If you want the free PDF, ask for it. As I said, it's on Linktree. And as I said, this was a wonderful time. I'm happy to see you back. This is our 10th episode, guys. So please support us. And we will talk to you real soon.